up, everybody? Tonight I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. I'm going to go back to the old school way, I guess you'd say, and talk about more of a prison story, specifically a prison guard. In 2007, when I was in the Butner Federal Correctional Complex, I was transferred from the medical center to Butner 1, and there was a food service worker who was a staff member, an officer, and his name, first name or last name, Brady. And I don't mind putting that out there because it's just public record. Brady was probably in his early 30s, late 20s, and he was a UFC fighter. I don't think he made it pro ever. Matter of fact, I know he didn't. But he was into UFC, and he had a back injury and a knee injury. And you can kind of see his decline. And specifically, I mean, they put him on pain meds, and this is during the opiate boom, the pill with all the Sacklers and the pharmaceutical stuff. So you can see that he really got strung out on pain pills. And, you know, he was in line, and he would be doing his job, and he'd be nodding out, and a couple guys would hit him up about it, and he was wide open about the fact that he was on Oxy. Well, one of my cellies was from Florida, and he'd be considered probably, you know, well, he was a dope boy out of Florida. Somebody, you know, probably got 10 kilos of coke every few weeks. And at the time, what was going on in Florida was the guys out there that didn't get arrested, that had big money from the coke game, actually were buying these pill mills. They would furnish the pill mills, get doctors, but they were actually the ones behind the scenes. My celly's cousin was one of them. So as Grady, because they had a bond, that is my celly and Brady, not Grady, had a bond because they both were workout buffs. My celly, that's what he was, about the weights nonstop. So they had a bond, and my celly got to talking to him and saying, hey, you know, my cousin's got a clinic down in Florida. Next thing you know, Brady is driving down to Florida, picking up pills, and then bringing back some things for my celly. They were bringing back, oh my God, I can't believe I just had a brain lock. Pills for weightlifting. Damn, I can't think. I was going to say testosterone. It's not testosterone, but everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Steroids.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you, bro. So anyway, bringing back steroids. So for my celly and one of his friends. So this went on for some time, and at the same time in my life, I was actually writing. I had built this website with a family member called Convict. That's where Convict originally came from. And I was just putting out content nonstop. And I was writing about my sobriety. And this was probably getting into 2009 now. And I wrote openly, you know, about addiction, just whatever. And Brady pulls me up one day, and he's like, I've been reading your website. How did you do it? I'm like, what do you mean? How are you staying sober, especially in a medical facility like this where there's drugs everywhere? And I told him at the time, I said, look, I just found something else to be addicted to. Yeah, words of wisdom back then to myself. I can use it right now. Anyway, so I found something else to be addicted to, and that was writing. And, you know, he told me, the guy was straight up. He's like, I'm having marital problems, financial problems, and my life's in, like, chaos right now because of my addiction. And he said, you know, I was like an inspiration to him. It made me feel good. At the same time, you can see his decline. Well, a guy comes in from a different prison. It was this Mexican kid. And everybody knew that this guy had set up a cop, or the rumor was, I should say, that he had just set up a staff member at a different institution. So one of the things guys in prison do that's not really talked about is not only do people inform on their co-defendants and get with time, but after they go to prison, they set up staff members, and they can get, you know, chunks of time knocked off, 7 years at a time. I mean, I know people that have worked their way out of prison just setting up staff members. And that's what this Mexican kid was doing. So he approached Brady because everybody in the yard knew he was strung out. And the next thing you know, he had set it up to where he wanted Brady to pick up a package of heroin from the post office or have it delivered to his house. And because of the financial mess he was in, Brady made a bad decision. And it was shortly thereafter, you know, it was news that he was arrested. And I believe ultimately he got 6 years, I want to say. And I kind of got that confused because so many different staff members in the Butner complex, something like 4 to 7 a year, were getting knocked off for cigarettes, bringing in contraband. And Brady was but just a fantastic guy who made some really bad decisions based on an injury that led him to his addiction. Just something different I wanted to put out. I was thinking about doing this. I had it on my list of content before I got arrested. And I just wanted to share that and let everybody know as I should take my own advice that, one bad decision can lead to a really bad life or experience in life, I should say. And on a final note, I do go to court 10:30 Monday morning. I just, had a recording done the other day about my decision as far as medical. I will say that a couple things have happened in the last 24 hours. One of them is my attorney came up here. I think I should just wait. I'll talk about it after, because I think that's kind of disrespectful at this point to bring it up before court. But I will do a recording after. I also promised to do something on Mob Monday about Carmine Persico. I'm going to get that done. And anyway, I know I'm a little rambly on the phone, a lot of noise in the background. My thoughts may be a little scattered and stuff because of the noise and the atmosphere. But I just wanted to put this out there. Thanks, and thanks for your support. Take care.